Good evening and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. What you gonna do? I don't know, but something's gonna grow. Well, hello, and I'm back. I still haven't shared my Tractor Supply videos with you, but I will. In the first video, you will see that I have a basket full of herbs. I went out there and they had a lot of dead plants, specifically herbs that I did not have. So I loaded up, okay? Loaded up. Went inside and they would not budge on the $6 price. I told them, okay, I'll take them back. They were like, you don't have to, we'll take them back. They probably thought I was gonna steal them. But that's okay, they took them back. But I did make 2 purchases where I paid full price. They had a pepper plant there that really nothing was wrong with it, and it was full of peppers, okay? So I was like, I gotta get this just because. Then the second one was, I ended up buying something that I've never planted, and when I saw that there is a 90-day germination rate, I still have time. This is the 16th of July. I can harvest the 16th of October if all goes well, and I've never planted them before. I know of 2 of you this year, Renee and Grow Joyfully. I know that both of you planted them, and so I'm going to attempt to do this, and hopefully I'll get a harvest. And they are going into the front container where I had my peas. That plant finally died off. I did get a small harvest from the peas this year. Remember, I only had 1 plant. I should have put more than 1 in there if I wanted a decent harvest. But I only had that pea plant because I don't know why I bought the thing, to tell you the truth, because I should have been buying more. I hear a cat. I wonder if that's my muley, and I haven't seen him in a year, my barn cat. He's a cat who chose me, and I've been seeing him since I first arrived here, and last year he popped up in July, on my birthday actually, and he stayed the rest of the summer. Usually I'll set him up a winter hut, but he left last summer before I could do that, so he hasn't returned, and I haven't seen him any this year, so I'm wondering if he's dead or just somewhere else, but I'm hearing a cat meow. But Muley never meowed. I think he was deaf. But anyway, and you all can look at some of my past videos and meet Muley, the barn cat as I called him. I would feed him and everything. He never would come up to me, but he was very skittish. But he was a friendly cat, and he took care of mice, he took care of other rodents, and I believe that I wouldn't be dealing with the slug problem right now if Muley had come earlier this year or had come at all. So we shall see. Okay, anyway, well, you guys, I'm gonna do a harvest, so let's harvest, y'all. I'm gonna go on and get the green beans, and I'm gonna get some of those not ready peppers. I just want to ensure that I get a harvest, and I'm gonna pick off those crowder peas over there. Now, before I show you what's new today, let's come over to the great pumpkin. Y'all know we gotta check that every day. I cut the front lawn today, and I just went on and added all the nitrogen to this bed. Since nothing else is doing anything, it doesn't matter. But the great pumpkin, there it is. Every day it's changing. This corn, I think, and we got a storm last night once again, and we got more coming tonight. Let me show you. This is what has fallen. I emptied this out last week before my trip. It's full. That's a garbage can, y'all, that I had there. This is my bucket. It's half full. And this is just this week alone. So look at that. So I'm going to use that rainwater, and I'm going to water my plants in the greenhouse with it. I wanted to just show y'all just how much rain we've been getting. Same with this bucket here. I emptied it right before the trip. Is full. So I'll get those emptied again. I still have a few raspberries on this sick looking plant. I'm gonna go on and cut it to the nub, although it's ever bearing. I just hate looking at it. Okay, it looks horrible. And like I said, I'm going to be cutting down the flower beds. Even though that red one is still blooming and everything, I'm still cutting it down to the nub. I'm gonna cut along here. These are the plants I was telling. Look at how the weeds have taken over again. Look at that. So it's not gonna give me any flowers no more. I had that one earlier. That one tiger lily came up, and then this is the time of the year in August when the blue flowers come in there, and I'm just too weak and tired to get down there and pull those weeds. And when I cut this down this time, I think I'm gonna tarp that over. I could care less about those flowers along the fence, okay? They've given me trouble, nothing but trouble, and it's too much work. I can kill that off, and then I won't even have to worry about the heel, okay? Now, even though thou art not worthy, the Savior heard my humble cry, y'all. Look at here. That one diva cucumber, oh, let me zoom out. The one diva cucumber took off, y'all. There it is. It is showing growth, finally. And the flower is there. Now, I do still have the other two cucumbers, but they have not done anything. Let's see if I can find them. Here's one. I don't know if you can see it right there. And the other one, oh, here's two right here. That one looks like it's grown a little bit. So those 3 diva cucumbers, and then everything else is looking dead. The plant will probably die out. Who cares, as long as I get one. And it looks as if things are looking up for that one diva cucumber. This thing right here, this is the plant that broke in half. I cannot even get it to climb back up the string, so I'll just let it do what it's gonna do. Okay, so before we get to the harvest, let me show you what I bought at Tractor Supply. And I made a good choice. I went on and bought that bone meal and blood meal from Tractor Supply. They had this exact same brand at the Meijer that I went to. It's not at the one by my house. They had the Earth Science, and it cost $2 more a bag at Meijer's. I paid $9 for the blood meal, and I paid $10 for the bone meal. And I like the size of the bag. They're bigger than the other blood and bone meal bags. Tractor Supply had no chicken manure. They were pretty much almost, and you'll see the film, they were just about out of the fertilizers. They did have the worm castings, but I was not going to pay. One bag was $14, I believe, and then they had a big bag for $21. I was not paying that amount, and Meijer's didn't have it. So I'm gonna go to my Meijer's tomorrow or Home Depot, where I know I can get my earthworm castings for about $6.99 a bag. So those are the 3 things that I desperately needed, and I do need some all-purpose fertilizer. And so when I go to Meijer's tomorrow at mine, I'll go there and see what the deal is with the fertilizers. So I'm planting sweet potato, y'all. So I know that Grow Joyfully and Renee have sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna put these in that front grow bag. It's a big 25-gallon grow bag where I had the peas. I'm gonna put them in there and see what happens. I'm gonna just bury them. I'm going to amend the soil real good. That's all I can do. I don't know what nutrients they need. I guess I'll go to YouTube University to find out if I don't hear from you guys about it. And I'm gonna just let them go and see what happens. Here is that pepper plant that I purchased. It's called Gypsy Mini Bell, Gypsy Sweet Pepper, and it's supposed to be a mini bell pepper. I almost hate now that I paid full price for it, but it's doing so well, I think I can stick it in the keyhole garden and get it to really produce for me. Or I might just stick it in the pepper table. Okay, so that's it for any changes for today. So we're not even gonna go through the rest. And it was so hot today, y'all. It's almost 8 o'clock and it's still 85 out here. And that's unusual for Michigan. Here's last night's rain because I dumped this on yesterday. So you can see just how much rain fell last night. Okay, so let's get to the harvest, you guys. Let's get to the harvest. I'm gonna set the camera up and we're gonna go from there. Oh, another thing that I bought, I forgot to show you. Let's creep back over there. You probably saw it and probably was wondering, okay, what's that, Q? Here it is. organic russet potatoes. The millennial gardener, who I watch faithfully, posted, it was either yesterday or the day before, he did a potato experiment. And so he decided to get some organic potatoes from his store, some organic russets. And that's what he conducted his experiment with. He planted them out this year. He said he used the 20-20-20 fertilizer on them. He said that he would fertilize every couple of weeks. And he did his harvest the other day, right there on camera. Let me tell you, brother man got down, okay? He ended up getting, he said for every 2 potatoes, he ended up getting like 9 or 10 pounds. That man, I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot. He filled up some stuff. So check out the Millennial Gardener and look at his latest video from, it was either yesterday or 2 days ago, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So I said, okay, I'm always trying to copy because y'all know I'm always trying to get potatoes. So I'm going to still do the in-ground next year. You know, that's a given. As soon as the potatoes are up at Fedco to order, I'm actually ordering double what I ordered last year. And so I bought those russet organic potatoes. I'm going to put them in my potato storage in the kitchen. And I am going to let it, I'm going to let those potatoes seed up, you know, and grow the roots. And in October, y'all, I'll be planting my garlic out this year, and I'm gonna use the same back bed for that, back here where the corn is. I'm also going to do, I'm doing Diana's experiment. We're gonna do this together because that experiment worked for her. If y'all saw her video where she had onions the size of my doggone head, and what she did was she planted them what is actually called the Irish way. And the Irish way is, let me sit down real quick. The Irish way is how people in Ireland, Scotland, and, you know, those countries there, that's how they plant their potatoes. And it's called the Irish way. And so when people plant potatoes, they, in Ireland, they plant them in the fall. And this is how they do it. They don't do it like us. They plant them in the fall, and they leave them underground all winter long. So they get the frost, they freeze and everything. But in the spring, as soon as that weather breaks, those potato plants come up, and the tubers have already had a chance to develop. And so they come up and that's how they get their potatoes. So pull up Irish way potatoes online. A lot of people here in the US do that too. And I think that might work for me, simply because, you know, our growing season just isn't that long, and I've had failure after failure after failure. So I'm willing to try different methods. So although I will still order my potatoes, get them in April, get them in the ground in April, I'm going to still do those russet organics the Irish way. And that's going to be done in either the pepper. Oh Lord, I got another thing messed up. I just noticed that. See that? Where that piece of wood has given? And then this one broke again on the opposite side. So I'm gonna have to get some longer screws and fix them. So that one I'm gonna try to get repaired because I see it's deteriorating without having to take the dirt out. So I should be able to get a longer screw and just drill it upside down and get it into the screw holes to save that table. Oh wow, I hate that happened. And I just noticed it. And I filled these tables up this year too, so nope, I don't want any mishaps. So I gotta get that fixed before I plant the Irish way potatoes. Okay, so, and then this one I have to fix again. I have to repair again. Okay, so the other table will be used for the onions. I'll just plant, I don't know if I can order some onions. I think I can. I'm gonna just order some onions, plant them, and then wait for them to come up. So that they're gonna be done the Irish way too. So that and the potatoes. And both will be experiments for me. I know it worked for Diana in zone 7. I'm in zone 6, so it may or may not work. But I've attempted to plant onion before, and I've never had any success because the growing season for me just isn't long enough for the onions to bulb. But anytime I was successful with growing that garlic, and putting that in the ground in October, and I got some decent garlic bulbs. I think that's the key for me for plants that are bulbing plants. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. And so so that would be the potatoes, the onion, and the garlic. Okay, so hopefully next year I will get all three. Okay, so I'm not even gonna film because I'm already at 15 minutes. I'm already there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just log off now, and I will show you the harvest. I'll do a short of the harvest after I'm complete. So the basket is there, and I'm getting ready to get started because it's gonna take me a minute to dig through these green beans. And I think I'm gonna cut my greens today because they're getting pretty tall, because I still have time to cut and come again. So I'm gonna cut those today, get those frozen, and put in the freezer. I might mix them with the Swiss chard, I don't know, because that will give me, I already have a full bag of Swiss chard. And then with those greens, it's not that many, it's not enough for a bag. I might just throw them in with the Swiss chard, and then at the end of the summer, I can do the same and have 2 bags of that. I'm just trying to get my doggone, get me some harvest at least. Oh, and I did get my seed starting mix. I will be starting my fall seeds next week. So I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna bring my seeds out and go over what seeds I plan to get germinated in the greenhouse for the fall garden. So we'll talk about that too. Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna get off right now, and I will talk to you guys later, and may God bless you all. Bye-bye.